We are joined now by Anfernee Simons, the Blazers draft pick from last year. Thanks for joining us, Anfernee, on this draft week. So a year ago today, what were you thinking about?
Just wondering where I was going to go. But, it was a fun time going through workouts and, kind of the mystery between not knowing where you're going and stuff like that. So it was a pretty fun time.
How many workouts did you do?
I think I did a total of 10. I went to 3 teams twice, though.
Okay, so that's a pretty crazy schedule, right? So how did you balance playing some very good basketball for these teams while also getting on a plane almost every day?
Obviously there's some times where you're tired and stuff, but you got like a couple of days in between before the workout, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I only feel like, I guess there's a lot of people that went to 20 teams and all that. I bet that was hard, but
yeah,
for me, going to 10 teams wasn't that hard.
So what was your favorite part of the draft process?
I would say probably the workouts.
Yeah.
The workouts probably the most fun, and getting out there and competing in front of the decision makers and stuff, so it was fun.
What was the most stressful part?
Really not knowing where you're going to go. You see the mock drafts and stuff, and you're like, oh, maybe I go there, maybe I not. But honestly, those stuff isn't even really accurate outside of the lottery. So, other than that, it was just a lot of talking with my parents and talking about this place and that place and which place I should go, and that was pretty much it.
So who was with you when you got the call that you were going to the Blazers?
My parents, pretty much my parents and my sister. That was pretty much it.
And what was that feeling when your phone rang and was it Neil on the phone?
Yeah, Neil was on the phone.
So what did he say to you?
I don't remember exactly, but they were just telling me that they were going to pick me, and looking forward to getting to know me better and continue working. So that was a fulfilling moment.
Yeah, because you'd made some decisions that weren't necessarily the traditional route. You didn't go straight out of high school. You didn't go to college first. You chose to go to IMG. So what went into that decision to take that prep year at the academy?
I was kind of young for my age, so in my grade, so I just decided to take another year to get more mature and get stronger and stuff like that and work on my game. And it benefited me as well. So
yeah, because you had some NCAA schools who were interested in you coming to play for them, right?
Yeah, I was probably a top-ranked player in the nation, so I could choose pretty much anywhere I wanted to go.
Yeah, so what made you decide to go to the NBA instead?
It was just a better route. Obviously, I would love to play college, but my ultimate goal was to play in the NBA, and I had the opportunity to play in the NBA, be a first-round pick, so I took on that challenge.
And so there were a lot of people who came through the Blazers pre-draft workouts this year, a couple of them who said that your route kind of inspired them to potentially explore that route, and a couple came from IMG or other academies. What would your biggest piece of advice be to somebody who's trying to make that decision?
Just make the right decision based on how you feel as a player, and if you feel confident enough to make that jump and do what you want to do. Honestly, it's just it's all about confidence in yourself, and make sure you get the right feedback from different teams and make sure that you're set.
So you were affectionately known as the Rook, right? By Dame and all those guys in the locker room. That's what they would call you. How does it feel to know that title is going to get passed on this year?
I might get still called Rook anyways, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm still probably going to be the youngest on the team. Depends on if they draft somebody young or not, but I'm still not going to be the youngest on the team, so they still going to call me young fella, and I'm going to still feel like a Rook anyway. It doesn't matter.
And you were taken 24th overall. They've got the 25th pick this year. So with that spot in particular, what do you think is the most important thing to be looking for in a player that they would want to add?
I really don't know. Honestly, just look for I would assume just look for a guy that's, a jail guy, a good person, somebody that's going to be able to work hard and come in and fit into the culture.
Yeah. What has it been like learning the culture of the NBA and the Blazers in particular?
I hear a lot of stories about other teams and how we are just totally different. Scout always telling me that you're lucky to be in a good spot with the Blazers because everybody's so good to you and it's a good culture around here and everybody's positive and everything's done the right way. So I'm blessed to be part of that.
Yeah, and you had a couple of big moments here that gave Rip City some things to look forward to, including, of course, the finale, which I think a lot of people in Portland were thinking, hey, the plan is to rest the starters, but also if they lose, it's not the worst thing because then you have Utah instead of OKC, and people thought that was a better matchup. But you came in and dropped 37 points on that day, your very first NBA start, which tied the record for most points scored by someone making their first NBA start since 1985. What was going through your head that day when Stotts told you, I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom, you're getting the start, show me what you can do?
After the LA game the night before, he told us on the plane on the way back, he was like, get ready to play the whole game tomorrow. So it was like, okay. And then he just told me to go out there and play hard. Obviously, they didn't want anybody else to play, so he was like, don't foul out, basically. So I tried not to foul out, and I got going a little bit, picked my spots well. Dane told me that he's gonna have plenty of time to get shots up, so just take your time and take the game step by step. So that's what I did, and I had a good shooting night.
Yeah, I would say so. I think you were 7 of 11 from 3, so something like that. 13 or 21 from the field. Pretty casual first start there. What was the biggest piece of advice Dame gave you before that game?
Like I said, just take your time with the game. Take it slow. It's gonna be a long game. And he was right. The first quarter felt like it was halftime by the time then. So he just said take your time and take the right shots and make the right plays, and just go out there and play loose.
Was there ever a moment in that game that you were like, I am running an NBA game right now. I'm controlling it. I'm picking my spots well. Was there a moment of just the realization that this was the dream and that you were living it?
During the moment, no. It just felt like a regular game, honestly. Going there, just playing, and it was just like, it was actually fun playing in the game the whole time, and I had fun. I was having fun with Gary and them, smiling and stuff. Even though we was losing by a lot the first half, we still kind of stayed together. And the first half, we had a lot of fun coming back.
Now, Dame says he sees a lot of himself in you, both in the way you play and in your demeanor. What do you think when Damian Lillard is telling you, I see a lot of myself in you?
Obviously, yes, it's a good feeling to know that you got those same, attributes as him. So it's a good feeling, and I kind of see that way as well, because he's more of the type to not say anything but go out there and play, and doesn't say anything the whole time. He'll just have 40 and just won't say anything the whole game. So, it's good to have that same kind of demeanor.
Yeah. What have you? You didn't play a ton during the playoffs, but I have to imagine that even sitting on the bench for most of it and getting the chance to see to be in those huddles, to see the situations from 4 feet away, that had to be a huge learning experience for you.
Yeah, definitely. Just to see how each round it got more difficult, and the focus you had to be more focused each round. So especially the first round with OKC, it was more of just playing, and then Denver came back with more of a tactical way to play defense on Dame and CJ, and you could see that. So. It was good to learn that and learn how they dealt with it throughout the playoffs and how they overcame that.
How do you feel like, even though you weren't the one playing, how do you feel like you'll use that lesson to the day when you do play meaningful minutes in a playoff game?
Those just me sitting down on the bench is basically just time for me to kind of learn from them, and I just pick their brains out any way I can, and I see them, watching them the whole year, I learn everything from them. So. It will show, honestly, when I'm playing in the games, to see what I'm doing, make the right pass, make the right plays and stuff, because I'm watching them doing the same thing. So I think it helped me a lot.
So are you picking their brains while you're on the bench, or are you waiting until the practice? Like when Dame and CJ get a breather, are you like, hey, can you explain X, Y, or Z?
Yeah, anytime I have a question, that they're going to answer right away. So
nice.
Most of the time I try not to ask them during the game, but most of the time they'll tell me something while I'm on the bench watching. I'll be sitting right next to them, and they would say, do this in this situation as well. So it was nice.
What is that like to be on an NBA team? Because like Scal has told you, that's not the culture at a lot of different NBA teams. So what's it been like having the leaders of this team so sincerely want to envelop you into the culture?
I think it's just the people they are. I mean, they always good people. They've never been bad to anybody. They always saying what's up, talking to you, asking you how you doing, how the family doing and stuff. And it's always been, just a big family, basically. We always crack jokes, even with the coaches. So it's just a good culture around there.
And speaking of jokes, I did hear about the belt situation, that you won the 3-point contest, and rookies aren't even supposed to be allowed in the contest. Is that true?
Yeah. What happened? I think Mo got hurt. Mo was hurt for a while, so he didn't play. So they needed somebody else to play. Nobody else gonna play. So they asked me to come over there, me or Gary. So I was the first one to go, and I ended up winning the belt the first time I played, and that kind of stirred everything up. I think the next week, Chief got the belt back, and then Gary came, and Gary got the belt the next week. So Chief was kind of mad throughout the whole week and stuff. So
because the rookies are taking over.
Yeah, we were just taking the belt every week. So
explain to me the format of the contest.
It's a basic shooting contest where you got to make 3 in a row around the 5 spots, and then you got to make 2 in a row, and then you got to make 1.
Okay.
And you got to make a free throw at the end of it to win it. So
that's at shoot around and before the game, or just at shoot around?
Shoot around. After shoot around.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That sounds really fun. So for you, how excited are you to get to Summer League and have a chance to play more games, play very meaningful minutes, and knowing that Terry Stotts has kind of said, hey, it's going to be your show to run. We want to see what you can do.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for me to go out there and play. I haven't been playing in a while, so I mean, last week we played pickup with a couple guys, and it felt good just going out there and playing. So I think it's a good opportunity for me, and I'm gonna take advantage of that.
Awesome. Well, we are looking forward to seeing what you can do in Rip City.
Thank you.
Of course. In the meantime, thanks for joining us. Enjoy draft week and not being stressed about where you're going to go.
Exactly.